here, or should I go to the YouTube channel, or what's the easiest?
Yeah, you can stay here.
Cool. I apologize, ladies. I don't mean to be that client on the phone.
No, no, no.
My dog looked at me like, I need some food, girl.
Yeah, no, no.
Okay.
I get it.
But I apologize. I don't love our disconnected, it's nice to look at each other and say hi and good morning.
So this is the one-on-one with the SEO Queen, and this is just an informal opportunity for those who are online in the SEO Queen community to submit questions that they have about their visibility. And yeah, so my name is Dee Scott, and I have on with me Sarah Deemer. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Good morning. My name is Sarah Deemer. I run the Delta Rising Foundation. It's always wonderful to be here with Dee Scott, and I love how she empowers communities, and she really helps me model my programs after the wonderful work she does. So thank you so much, Dee.
Oh, you're welcome. So, yeah, we just had our Reach More Clients Power Conference on Saturday, July 22nd. Our next conference is going to be Saturday, July 20th, 2024. We're really looking forward to that. And so without further ado, Sarah, what questions do you have for me? Let's have a conversation.
Well, I guess the thing sometimes I'm most curious about is if you have to do everything, like you have to get your meta tags on and you've got to, explore your keywords more. What do you think is the single most impactful action that someone can take? Because I think when you come at SEO and you're also doing a lot of other aspects of business, it can be like, wow, this is a whole job. So I guess what's your hot knife through butter that you think would help people get the most results the fastest?
Well, that's a great question. And I've actually written a checklist. I call it 40 steps to Google page 1. And I'm about to grab it and share my screen. Thought I could find it quickly here. So let me see. Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges that business owners have when they're, uh, DIYing and, investing sweat equity into their visibility, it's hard to know where to start. But I actually have, here we go, found it. So I can share my screen here. So if you go to SEOqueen.com and click on if you scroll down to the footer of SEOqueen.com, you can find this book there. And so the SEO process is intricate in that there's a lot of steps, but you can definitely know what to do. So one of the first things you want to do is make sure that your website is mobile friendly and responsive. And what that means is you want to make sure that your website, no matter what device it's on, that it shows up and looks good. So let's take a look at Delta Rising. And
Okay.
show you guys how to check your I'm going to show you a couple of ways to check that your website is in fact mobile friendly.
We did make different headers and footers with WordPress so that it should be best mobile, because but we accommodated pads and computers as well, because a good friend of mine was like 4/5 of all audiences will these days be watching on a mobile. So make sure if you have to optimize one, make sure mobile, and then go in and do the other screens for laptop and iPad was
right. So This is one way you can check for how mobile friendly your website is. And so you can go to search.google.com/test/mobile-friendly, and then you can test to see if it is in fact mobile friendly. And so this is the first step, and the SEO Queen's 40 steps to Google page 1.
As that's going, I thought I'd just get your mind backburnering on. So, I think a lot about disabled people and how we can include them, because I think I have come to a new understanding of how much our business as usual is actually very exclusive and not inclusive of many communities. And I think that's a real barrier to our creating solutions to a lot of present challenges. So I'm always curious. That's another question that if you could back burner for a little later while this is loading. And also for nonprofits, if you sign up for Google's $10,000 per month and you're trying to get permission, they're very picky about that also, which I love. I love that they're using their power in that way, that if you're accepting their ad money, they will very much want you to be filling in, the things that make it friendly for all kinds of people with all kinds of disabilities.
Yeah, so that's interesting that you bring that up, because that was one of the topics of one of our workshops at the Reach More Clients Power Conference. And some footage from that will be hitting our YouTube channel and websites and blogs soon. We do have a blog recap about Adrienne Grace's presentation. She talked about ADA compliance. She talked about the importance of your H1 tags and the hierarchy of it, so that Google can crawl your website effectively. And also so people with different software, because whatever you put in tags is what your software is going to do, whether it's text to speech, for those who are blind, so that they know what they're looking at. The other piece of that is also your alt tags. You talked about how it's important for inclusivity for your website, for those who are using readers. I don't know why. Okay, maybe it's down here. Oh my goodness, the blog was live. I don't know what happened, so I have to go back and tweak that. But we have a blog on there that'll be live after this live stream, recapping the conference. But when you talk about inclusivity and accessibility, that's very, very important. And so another way you can do a mobile friendly test is by you could use the Google Chrome browser. I'm using that. And if you go into developer mode and you go to inspect elements, there's actually the dimensions here on the upper left hand side, and you can actually look at your website as it would appear on different devices. So here you can see what it looks like on a Samsung Galaxy 6.8. You can see what it looks like on an iPad Air. And then you can, once you get to see what it looks like, you can then make tweaks to the design for it to be more friendly. So if you look at the iPad Air, you can see that the logo's at the top, and it looks good. It looks great. So let me go back to Nest Hub. Yeah, so this is what it looks on Nest Hub. So as you're rolling out your website, I like WordPress as a content management system, because it oftentimes when you're using that rapid development environment, a lot of the responsive code is already built in. So this is helpful. So this is a iPhone 12 Pro. This is what it looks like. And so this is great, because it's like a simulated environment, so you can see how mobile friendly it is. So when you do the mobile friendly test, you want to know if Google's crawlers from a code perspective, everything looks copacetic. And then you also want to do a check with the developer tools on Google Chrome to make sure that aesthetically everything is in its place and everything has its place and is rendering well. So the next step when you talk about getting to Google page one is you want to know you want to research and know your ideal prospects keywords for finding you. So this is something that, close this file. This is something that you can do if you can do this research on your own. You can go to the ads.google.com. They have a keyword tool on this platform that you can utilize, or you can go to SEOqueen.com. There's a keyword research tool under the SEO resources tab. You can go to, and then you can do keyword suggestion. So, Sarah, are you there?
I am.
Okay, well, how, because I see you have your store is live. That's awesome. So you have your plants. Let's look at your plants, because your plants, I think, are just really, really fascinating to me. So you have the agave attenuata. How do you say that? Did I say that right?
It's attenuata.
Attenuata. Okay, I
I
was
think.
all off that space.
You know how when you just read a word, sometimes you actually don't pronounce it right. But I think it's attenuata, but that's a good question, actually.
All right, so I put that in the keyword suggestion tool on the SEO Queen website, and I see agave attenuata, ray of light, agave attenuata variegata, agave attenuata for sale. So when you're looking to get onto Google page one, you definitely want to make sure that you have those target keywords in the meta title and meta description. So when you talk about the hot butter tactic of SEO, like making sure your website is mobile friendly is critical, because the Google algorithm is mobile first. Next, you definitely want to research and know what keywords your target demographic is using to find your products online. And since you are selling these beautiful plants, I never knew that was the name of these plants. I see them all over the place. So you can definitely, I would definitely recommend that you use agave attenuata for sale as one of your target keywords, and then also use some of these in the description of your product. Oh yeah, this is great. I mean, you have some great content here. You just need to put in your meta title here, and you're missing a meta description. So let's go. I'm gonna open up another window here.
And the website you're on is mobile friendly test right now?
This was the mobile friendly test with Google, but the tools that I'm using right now are on the SEO Queen website.
Got it. Well, that is cool that it tells you what's missing. And I know it's missing. And those descriptions, I went through and made sure they were correct and everything. But I definitely don't mind saying that AI helped me come together with the cultural history, the scientific name, much more quickly than I would have researched that. But then I ensured that that was all right, because we can't really trust AI, but it can be a great tool.
Right. So now what I want to do, because I see, so there is one other tool that I am using. Like this is a plugin extension, an extension on Google Chrome. It's called, I think it's called, yeah, Meta SEO Inspector. And so you can download that and install that in your browser. But I am going back to the meta tag generator, because I see that I want to use agave attenuata for sale. So when you're optimizing your website, you want to make sure that you have your target keyword at the beginning of the title and the beginning of the site description. And you want to make sure that you're also staying within the character limits. So I'm gonna go back to here. I'm gonna put Delta Rising. Now this tool is going to produce the code for you to drop into your website. But if you're using WordPress, you can always just take this text and just copy it and put it in your Yoast plugin or whatever plugin you're doing. But let me put this here.
If this gives you code, do you then go into developer mode and add the code there on the right side of the screen? Is that?
Well, if your website is if your web pages are pure HTML, you can just drop this code in between the open header tag and the closed header tag.
Okay.
I want to go back to your page here. So one thing you want to make sure when you're writing meta tags, you want to make sure that they are unique.
Can you reconcile that you want them unique, but didn't we just use, or did we not use agave attenuata for sale as a meta tag?
Yeah, this is the meta tag I want to use for this page, for your product page here.
Can you reconcile a little bit for me, like why that's unique? Because it seems kind of general and that's good because we want to pick up anyone looking for agave attenuata for sale. But how do you also just said you want it very unique.
Yeah, when I said unique, I mean I want the meta tag on your website to be unique from the other meta tags on your site, and also unique from the product description because you don't want duplicate content.
Got it. Because you want as many words in different places to be picked up by the crawlers that are checking you out.
But the reason why I want the content to be unique, and this is why, like a Shopify site, like if you have a product description and you don't optimize your tags, your meta tags, it by default will just grab the product title and the beginning of the product description. So now you have duplicate content. You have duplicate content in the meta tag and also in from your product description. So you want it to be unique because Google wants unique content. You want to bring great value to what is happening online, because if you have duplicate content, then you open yourself up to Google picking and choosing what it's going to crawl an index, because it's going to pick what it thinks is the most valuable content amongst your duplicate. A nominal addition to the sustainable gardening efforts. So now you have the code here. And if your website was just a general HTML generated pages, you would just copy this and paste it between the open header tag and the closed header tag. But if you have Yoast, you can just copy this here, put that in your title, and then copy this here to put in as your meta tag there. So I'm gonna copy this.
What's Yoast?
Yoast is a plugin that, let me pull this up here. WordPress plugins.
I always learn so much. Thank you for holding this morning.
Oh, you're welcome. So Yoast is free. There's a premium version as well. But this is part of the technology stack here at the SEO Queen. If we develop a website for someone in WordPress, or they come to us with an existing website but not a plugin, this allows us to implement meta tags quickly. And so this is a SEO plugin that allows us to put in your title and your meta descriptions very quickly, and it also gives you insight on to what is going on. I'm trying to, do I have back end access to your site, Sarah? 'Cause I don't know, because I could drop these in here and I could possibly show you exactly.
I usually get to that through deltarisingfoundation.org/WP-admin.
I'm gonna see if I can log in real quick. Okay, so let me see if there's an account. I don't remember if
I don't think you've ever been on the.
I've never been on the back end. Okay, so I would drop those in there real quick, but what I can do is, let me copy this and I'll put it in the chat. So you have that. Yeah, so we talked about, just moving the needle. Like, if you just make sure your website is mobile friendly and make sure that you've figured out which keywords work for you and then implement those into the meta tag, you will definitely move the needle. Now, I want to show you one other thing with this list. So this tool is SpyFu. And this actually, the suggestion tool is nice, but now I can see like just what is the search volume on some of these keywords.
SpyFu will tell you what the people are searching for, so you can match your search terms to what the public is using to find those things.
Well, this gives you the search volume. So there's 190 searches per month on agave attenuata for sale. And then let's see how many people online are actually, only 175 websites have it on their website as a target key phrase. So that's not a lot of competition at all. So if you were to go through your site and put in some of these meta tags, you'll definitely increase your visibility online. So this is the thing about SEO that I really want to impress upon people and the public, is that there really is not a whole lot of competition. If you niche down, you can really pop up to people who are looking for you. So let me want to go. I'll put this link in the chat too. And I'll put these links in the video description as well. So we've talked about mobile friendliness. We talked about responsive design. And then we talked about which plugin to utilize for WordPress. This is really, really an awesome tool. It's free, and then it also has a premium option as well. And then we also looked at, we found through the keyword suggestion tool on the SEO Queen website, we were able to find some keywords that work for agave attenuata. And then we use the meta tag generator tool to create the code that we could drop into a website. So let me go back to um, your the list. Now, this ebook is available for sale on SEOqueen.com. Just scroll down to the footer and click on 40 Steps to Google Page One to get your copy of this today. And then the third step is you want to create a call to action. So when you create a call to action, and I actually created one here in this meta tag, I said that click to purchase today. So you always want to invite people to take action, because you have to remember that people are going to see this code on the search engine results page. So it's going to appear right here.
Do unique pictures also grab Google, or is it more unique words?
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
I have all the plant stock, and I think pictures with Maggie would actually sell well.
So I see you only have one plant here. We need to add some more inventory.
Yes, we do.
Add some more inventory. Utilize the SEO Queen keyword suggestion tool and the meta tag generator tool, and that'll help you to get more visibility there. So the next step, after you've confirmed that your website is mobile friendly, and then after you have confirmed that your website is in fact, you know what keywords your ideal prospects are looking for, you've implemented your call to action. You want to use that call to action in your website copy and meta tags. I just showed one instance of utilizing the call to action and the meta tags. Let's look at the website copy. So let's go back to the page for, I'm going to be saying agave attenuata for the rest of the day, because I just like how that sounds off my tongue. But as you can see here, there is, you have add to cart. You have more details. These are some call to actions here. Buy foxtail agave at Evergreen Nursery in San Leandro. So I am not sure why this picture is broken, but we definitely want to fix this. So I love the planting and care right here. So I think what I would suggest here is purchase this beautiful plant now to add to your sustainable gardening efforts.
Because when they search, that will come up on their search. So there's a call to action already on their screen.
Right. Purchase this plant today to add to your sustainable gardening efforts. So I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to just throw that in the chat. So
go ahead.
Yeah, so you want to add a this call to action here, because yeah, add to cart, that's nice, but you want to be very intentional about inviting people to purchase this plan. And $25, that's not bad at all for a plant this big. Oh wow.
Yeah, no, we have really, really good prices, and they're all grown organically and, receive good, an amazing amount of care, and they're very low CO2 footprint too. We're very much about trying to encourage people, although we are looking also into mail order, but that's a little difficult. Really advanced nurseries have some trouble with that, with the kind of plants we tend to deal with. So I love the idea of just as many people as possible doing that locally, like low CO2 footprint, didn't have to truck it in, was grown here in Garden Grove. So, it's nice. We could all use a little less CO2 in our lifestyle.
Absolutely. So, yeah, so after we've added the call to action in your meta tags and website copy, the next one is you want to make sure that this page has 300 to 500 words minimum. Every page should have a word count on that level or more. Content that's like 1,200 words and more tends to rank even better, but what we don't want to do is we don't want to just write to just be writing. So I want to do a word count real quick.
I was gonna say, what tool?
Actually, I think this one.
There's so many tools to magnify individual voices and individual founders as they build power these days. It's really pretty amazing versus like when we were kids or whatnot, the sheer accessibility.
All right, so another tool that can give you your word count for every page is SiteLiner. So I'm gonna just throw that in there. So you can see the word count here, and you can identify which pages have a low word count. So,
And you said, what would you be having as your minimum? Was it 400 or 500?
500.
Got it.
I have a few more pages is crawling, so let's see when it's done. So siteliner.com has a free version and also a premium. Another tool that you can use to also do a scan is a Screaming Frog. That's also a great tool that you can utilize to get your word count for every page. And you can also download from both Screaming Frog and SiteLiner a CSV, comma separated version of your data so that you can see and make plans. I like making spreadsheets so I can mark what's been done and what hasn't been done. So I stay organized. So here I'm looking for that page. Let's see, Foxtail Agave.
What do you do with the CSV files?
I can download them. Actually, let me just download this table, and then I'm gonna look for the agave attenuata. Okay, so this one has 776 words, so you're good for your keyword for your word count. So the next question I have is about your keyword density. So you definitely want to add agave attenuata for sale to here, create a sentence to add here, and then you also want to add it 2 times in this content right here.
Twice more?
3 times more.
So 4 times total?
No, 3 times total.
3 times total. Okay.
The content. Yeah, 3 times total to the content. So do you have any questions about this so far?
No, I was actually popping over because I love to get stuff done. I was actually popping over to add that sentence. I'm going to follow up. I love to do stuff real time. And I think sometimes, even though I'm pretty technically, capable, and I think sometimes I'm just like, there's so many tools and like, where do I start with my meta tags or my H1? I love your list of 40 steps because that's nice and it really clarifies it. And, I'd really recommend that as that hot knife that, we're all kind of looking for when we get up to do the best to orient our sales to the wins that are.
Right. And so I have here, I went to the Speak to the SEO Queen, Reach More Clients Power session for those who are watching the replay. You can always book a full hour if you want to purchase the checklist and then step through it on any points that you get stuck, or just to get some feedback on how you can maximize your visibility into your share of the 2 trillion searches that are happening on Google annually. You can always book a Business Rockstar session. My schedule is updated in real time, and then you can purchase on the website as well at the same time. And so the cost of the one-on-ones is $250, and I'll be glad to work with you one-on-one in Zoom, just like I'm working here right now with Sarah. So for those who are watching in the replay, you are with one-on-one with the SEO Queen, and we are going through answering the question, like, how do you get more visibility online? And so we've already shown how to go through your website to make sure that it's mobile friendly and responsive. We did a little bit of keyword research on one of the products on Delta Rising's website, and we've created a call to action, and we've used that in the website copy and meta tags. And then we just stopped at step number 6, and we just made sure that every page has 300 to 500 words. I see your hand. You have a question here. I want to finish this one last. Oh, here it goes. So we use Siteliner. This is a free tool, also premium, that you can use to scan your website to see how many words you have per page. And we ended up downloading this as a CSV report, so we can just do a search and find the page that we were interested in. And we found that the page had 776 words. So that's a great length. So go ahead, Sarah. What's your question?
When I chose my WordPress theme, I chose Nano because I'm so much trying to make it accessible to anyone, right? I think that's actually really important. How would I know if someone who brings it up in Finland can immediately see it in Finnish? What? There we go with my cultural knowledge failing. But you know what I mean? Does a person in Sweden automatically see it in Swedish, or is there something else I have to do? And how would I check that capability? And we can put that forward if that's a whole different.
So as far as language is concerned, there's some different schools of thought on that. You can create like deltarising.com slash whatever the country code is, and then have your whole version just translated manually there. Or you could use the Google Translate plugin. But you know, there's varying schools of thought on that, because oftentimes when you have AI doing anything, it lacks the human genius, the human component, and so some meanings can be lost. So those are your 2 options that you can do. You can, in terms of languages, just create a whole new version of your site and organize the content by country code, or you can implement a plugin like Google Translate to make your website, just, in general, as best as Google Translate can do, accessible to people in those different languages.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And so the Nano theme being like, because some themes can't, it's like one of the reasons I chose it, because I was like, it was able to be translated into many, many languages. And what I'm hearing are 2 different ways you can do that. And when you're talking about putting your whole website like on a .uk, do you have then a whole nother website, or is it?
Well, you could do it. There's actually multiple ways you can do it. You could, you could actually buy your domain name with the ending country code domain name, like the .uk, or or .ng, like if you wanted it to be visible, I think in Nigeria. But the other way you could is you could keep your website as it is and just have it implement something like Translate WordPress with Google Translate. So you could implement a plugin like this as well. Yeah, just like a carpenter uses a screwdriver, a hammer, uh, a power drill, and so many other tools. It's the same with SEO. There's a multitude of tools that you can utilize to push your visibility forward.
And G Translate, that'd be something that I put on my website that was active, and then the people reading the website would also have to have that as a plugin, or
No, the way this works is that you install it as a plugin, and then when they come to your site, they'll be able to select which
ah.
language they want to see the content in. So they could select French, German, Italian. There's a bunch of different languages available, and you can also with this plugin select which languages you want your website to be available in.
Oh, that's great. By the way, Finnish people speak Finnish, Swedish, and Sami.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Me either.
Yeah. So let me go. Let me see if I can. Okay. All right. So the other thing you want to do is you want to use your target keywords in the website URLs. One thing that I think is really important before you change a URL on your website is you want to see if that page is in fact being linked to or being or if it's indexed. So I want to go to, you could go to either Search Console if you verified your website with there, and then you can also um, do this command. You can see what web pages are linking to your site, and it looks to me that you may just have links to your homepage only, but I also want to see which pages Google is crawling. Oh my goodness, the world is small. And
Well,
Maven was my high school AP biology teacher. I did
yeah,
not know you knew her.
and Maven's great.
She's phenomenal. Yep. So
Is it better to have more people linking to you than you linking to more people for your SEO? Someone told me that.
well, it's not about how many are linking to you, it's about the quality of the links that you're linking out and the links that are coming to you. And I think if you get the book, I talk about backlinks. Yes. I talk about backlinks on steps 28 through 44. So yeah, I'm not going to show you guys the whole book. You got to buy the book. I'm not going to show it all on the live stream, but yes. I do talk about link building. Link building is very important. You definitely want to link to high quality pages and have high quality pages linked to you. This is why digital PR is so important. This is why we do that. So, yeah, so the reason why I went there is because when you use your target keywords in the website URLs, this 40 steps to Google page one is great for brand new websites. Now, if your site has been in the wild for a while, some of the steps you'd have to go back and forth. Like if your website has been out there for a while and you want to change your website URL, like in this case, we have the agave attenuata. That's in the URL. I would want to change this to agave attenuata for sale. I would want to verify your website with Google Search Console to see if this page is in fact even being indexed on Google. If it is being indexed, then we have to create a redirect in order for us to not lose any traffic or visibility on this page. You want to do a 301 redirect. But if it is not being indexed on Google, you don't have to do a redirect at all. You just need to change the URL and yeah, you'll be fine. So I know I'm getting a little technical and deep, but I can't even tell you how many business owners I've spoken to over the years that have made changes to their domain or different pages in their website, and their traffic just disappears. Now, your traffic will disappear on you if you don't redirect the traffic. You have to do that redirect, and that is critical to maintain your visibility online.
And only if you're being indexed, because if you're not being indexed, then you don't need to redirect because you haven't been found yet, sort of.
Exactly. If
And
you're
sure that your
paid,
book talks about 301 redirects in greater detail.
yeah, so I talk about that in SEO training 2017, search engine optimization and marketing for small business. I'm gonna update it one of these years. One of these years, I'm gonna update it. We're gonna have a new version. There's so much more I want to add to that, but yeah. So I think I answered your question on like what to prioritize.
On that last screen, when you were talking about changing the title, I think it was like step 7 or 8 to your 40
Mhm.
steps to Google page 1.
Yeah.
Would you just add -4-sale right there in the name of the page, of course, and checking whether it's indexed, etc., as you spoke to, but would you just do that simple change?
Yeah, exactly. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, just add the -4-sale at the end of that URL. Absolutely.
Thank you for everything. Thanks for all the help I'm going to implement. And I honestly think if I put like, just stopped for even 3 days and updated my SEO, I think I would get a lot more organic traffic. And I really appreciate your sharing the tools and being so generous with your knowledge as you're also rocking your business and helping so many people. I read a success story recently. You help someone and suddenly their traffic and their sales and they were quite surprised, because I think in small business you're always looking for those bites, and I love how you encourage us all to keep going for it and putting our fishing pole back in the water, but with great tools that make us more efficient and effective.
Yeah, because I did email the list about one of my clients. She had went from getting about 5 appointments a week to 5 in a day, and she's actively increasing her personnel now to be able to handle the increase in the workload.
That's fabulous. Like, power to her and power to you and power to everybody out there doing it. I'm honestly just so proud of everybody, because sometimes you're like, well, I'm not feeling the quants, but just doing it, putting it together, keeping the door open, getting the products on, learning, like, power to you people, because small business creates more jobs and is more liberating for people to create their own freedom to do the kinds of work that they really find valuable.
Right. And it also creates stability. A lot of these big companies, I mean, we've seen with Twitter being renamed X that, a lot of, if you're employed, a lot of things shift with the sand and the wind. So, I mean, who would have thought that Twitter's called X now?
Yeah, I just opened a Twitter like 6 months and I think I'm closing it. Although it has been such a keen place for clear information, but yeah, a lot of changes from the top. And I know some of the engineers who created Twitter, and I haven't talked to them personally, but I'm sure they just feel like, oh, like our beautiful thing we made. And it's nice to make a beautiful thing and be able to hold on to it and run it in the way that you think is good for your
Right.
people.
Right. That's why, being a business owner is so empowering and is what I like to do. Yeah. But do you have any other questions?
No, I think you've exhausted my stack. Good job. Oh, the Canva question, but we could put it on to next time too. Like, is it easy to integrate? So when you're a small business, you're like, I got to do it. I got to do it now. I got to be efficient. So trying new tools can be like, should I? And I know you can make web pages in Canva. I've made all my web pages just straight in WordPress. With a plugin that helps you do it a little easier. But basically in the WordPress, have you done word pages on Canva, and is it super easy to integrate? Would you recommend I go there and try that? Or
I
do you have
actually,
ideas about that?
it's funny you should ask this, because I actually just recently designed this website. I use Canva. And so I had been talking to this business owner for years about redesigning their website. And basically, our process with web development at the SEO Queen is 3 steps. So we'll get your questionnaire, and from your questionnaire, we'll create a mood board, we'll create a mock-up, and then we'll put it into production. And so what we use Canva to create a mock-up. We went straight to the mock-up because she had already created her logo. She already had her logo. She had her pictures. She had her video.
Welcome to Creations by Chris. I am Dr. Chris, the owner, CEO, and wig manufacturer. This business has a special knack for catering to alopecia patients, pre- and post-cancer patients, and also autoimmune deficient clients. We are located at 2700 Temple Avenue in Long Beach, California. Here at Creations by Chris, we offer a various array of treatments for not only women experiencing hair loss, but also men who may be receding or thinning, and children with child hair cases related to thinning and breakage also. As a trichologist.
So basically, we took the pieces that she had in her product line, and as you could see, the website colors are matching her products here. So she already came with her like her mood board, the mood board where we identify the colors and stuff, but we also can design logos and all that type of stuff. So we put this website together. She has her product carousel here, so you can just click on a product and it'll take you to the actual page to purchase. And we built this mock-up in Canva. We use Canva to conceptualize and build out what this website was going to look like. And then so this site is built on Shopify. And
Oh yeah, young and fine, like wine.
Yep. So this is website designed by the SEO Queen.
Thank you, Queen Z.
Oh, you're welcome. I mean, I really love, I really like using Canva because you can be as creative as you want without any technical constraints. It's really, really intuitive. So.
No, it's so easy. I did post to social media though, and I saw it said posted by Canva, like instead of my name. So that's interesting. I wonder how that.
I haven't used, I have not used Canva to post directly to my social media but I usually just download the content and post it that way. So, I mean, you have to, use the processes that are comfortable for your organization when you're utilizing these tools. I think very few social media channels will use third-party posting platforms, but I think Canva is really valuable. You can actually save your brand settings in Canva, so you can standardize the look and feel of your quotes and different types of content. Like the SEO Queen, we have SEO tips, SEO facts, and then we also have our inspirational and motivational quotes and scriptures that we like to post. So we have different templates for that. And so, Canva makes it easy and possible.
On the way out, I know we've taken quite a bit of lovely time this morning, and thanks again for sharing. Do you have any favorite AI image generators you've run into? I know some people like
I do not.
Leonardo.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Leonardo, I've heard is pretty interesting and decent. And I know there's a lot of controversy about AI image generators.
Well, my this week on the SEO Queen Tech Show, we're actually talking about AI. You definitely want to stay tuned to that episode. You can go to the Bashani Radio app or Amazon Music or iTunes and do a search for the SEO Queen Tech Show. And the episode will be out on Thursday this week. But our episode that we just got in the can is all about AI. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. One of my biggest concerns is revealed in the podcast episode. So you have to stay tuned.
No, I'm stoked. I love it. It's good to leave a little something to, like, there's plenty of meat to work on. It's nice
Right.
to know that more around the corner once we get our basics down.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. So you've been with Z Scott, the SEO Queen. This is one-on-one with the SEO Queen. You can follow us online on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, X, whatever you call it, Threads, LinkedIn at the SEO Queen. You can purchase the 40 Steps to Google Page One by going to SEOqueen.com and scrolling all the way to the bottom. And if you want to us to help you get more customers, clients, and revenue without paying for expensive ad campaigns, we'd love to work with you. All you got to do is go to SEOqueen.com, click on Speak to the SEO Queen, and you can book either a complimentary 15-minute Reach More Clients Power session, or if you know you need more time, you can also book a Business Rockstar session for $250. The SEO Queen has driven $250 million in revenue for our clients to date, and we look forward to working with you and adding more money to that total and helping you get more visible online. Thank you so much, and until next time.